We have a lot to unpack today. We've got 3 free picks in 3 different sports that are happening all over the world. We got those picks for you right here on the Ben Burns Report. Welcome to the show, everyone. I'm your host, Allie Burns. Ben can't be here with us today. He's playing cornhole in Canada. However, he does send his warmest regards, as well as 3 free picks. So we're talking UFC. Then we're going to go into the Women's World Cup, and then I got a baseball play for you just so you're not feeling left out. So let's start off with the UFC. We're looking at Bruna, Brazil, all right? The UFC's back, and this time it's in the O2 Arena in London. So that means that the fights are on early Saturday morning. So we wanted to get this pick out to you guys now so you don't miss it. If we do it on our Friday show, it's going to be a lot harder for you to get down on the action. Also, don't forget that Ben is 3-0 in MMA. And if you remember correctly, he cashed huge on that big 5% play that he was selling over at WagerTalk.com. He's got another big 5% play up for sale right now for this same event. So Bruna, Brazil is checking in off of a loss to Gomez back in April. But the last time that the special one was off a loss, she responded by winning 6 straight fights. Remember, prior to the Gomez loss, she was considered a top prospect and off a devastating win from a head kick. Now, Shauna Bannon has a perfect 5-0 record, but this is really a step up in class for her. She's a single mom from Ireland, and Mama B is going to have the crowd backing her, but we still just don't feel like it's going to be enough. So we're going to roll with Bruna, Brazil, minus 145 when she takes on Shauna Bannon, this Saturday morning. Don't forget, it's an early match for us all, so get in on the action. Don't forget also about our special offer. Use our promo code. It's Burns July 10, and that's going to save you $10 off of Ben's one-day pass. That's usually a $39 pass. You'll get it for $29 when you use our promo code. Okay, so moving into the World Cup, the Women's World Cup. I love some soccer, and Ben does too. The Women's World Cup kicked off early on Thursday. Both of the co-hosts, New Zealand and Australia, started off their campaigns with a victory, and so did Ben. He successfully played the under-3 in New Zealand, Norway. The final score was 1-0, so cash that with flying colors. Now, Friday, we get to see the USA women in action for the first time, and here's how Ben sees it playing out. Needless to say, this is an extremely difficult matchup for Vietnam, and this is actually their first time making an appearance in the Women's World Cup. They're favored by 6 goals. America is favored by 6 goals. We're just in a different class. America's undefeated in their last 22 matches against the Asian Football Confederation. And if you think they won't run up the score, think back to their opening match in 2019 Women's World Cup. 13-0 against Thailand, another Asian Football Confederation team. So it's difficult to imagine Vietnam scoring at all, but the over-under line is at a 6.5, and the goal spread is a 6. So what does that tell you? We do like this to go over, but would rather get the push in the event of a 6-0 final. So therefore, we're playing USA minus the 6 goals because we are expecting a blowout. So in addition to our promo code, Burns July 10, Ben also has a package available over at WagerTalk.com. He's a huge totals capper, #1 totals capper over at WagerTalk over the past year. And now there's a package where you can get every sport, every total that he puts out for less than $2 a day. So head over to the site and scoop that up. Okay, guys, let's move into some baseball. We're talking the Atlanta Braves at the Milwaukee Brewers. The Braves lost 4 in a row before they just picked up a win on Thursday against the Diamondbacks. Brewers have won 2 in a row. They've won 4 out of their last 5. They've been a really, really hot team. They swept the Reds. They've been really fun to watch. We've got Braves starting Soroka, and the Brewers are starting Peralta. Now, this is only Soroka's 6th start. Remember, he's been out for quite some time. He tore his Achilles twice, I believe. He was down in AAA for a while, but they called him back up. He looked really good in AAA, by the way. They called him back up. He's not doing so bad, but I don't see how he's really going to contend with Peralta and contend with the Brewers bats. If we look over the last 5 games for each pitcher, you'll see that Soroka, the Braves have been scoring 4.2 and giving up 3.6 runs, Whereas Peralta, the Brewers have been scoring 2.6 and only allowing 1.4. So Soroka gives up a lot more runs, and he's not even close to the amount of strikeouts that Peralta's throwing. Peralta averages about 7.6 strikeouts a game compared to Soroka's 3.8. Now, if we want to just look at them as a team as a whole, in the first five innings, the Braves are only averaging 1.5 runs, and they're giving up 3.25 runs, whereas Milwaukee is averaging 2.4 and only allowing 2. So long story short, I like the Brewers. We like the Brewers on the run line. That's plus half of a run. I believe it was at a minus 113. I also like Brewers for the whole game on this one. One of the stats that I noticed when I was going over the numbers was, I believe, since the All-Star break, in the last 7 games, the Brewers have not allowed a run to be scored after the 5th inning in 7 straight games. So I like the Brewers as a full game here as well. But your official play is Brewers run line. All right, everybody, don't forget about Ben's 5% UFC top play. He's got an 11-2 UFC record. He's hot, 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 and it's going off early on Saturday morning. So head over to WagerTalk.com and pick it up soon. We'll see you guys tomorrow right here on the Ben Burns Report.